Today is Wednesday, April 2nd, and I can officially say I survived all the April Fools of yesterday. Hello NAU, I'm Heath, Connot, and you're watching the news feed on UTV62. Well, when I talk about the April Fools of yesterday, I want to put extra emphasis on the fools part, because it's ridiculous how everyone gets into this so much, like I didn't even realize. They start to doubt anything and everything you say, like you must be lying because it's April Fools. Anyway, it's so ridiculous that yesterday, about 45 minutes into class, some girl walks into the classroom. She looks around and she doesn't recognize anyone, but she's convinced because it's April Fools, the whole group of students, along with the professor, are in on some sort of April Fool's conspiracy plan against her. It was crazy. So it turns out the actual foolers were her roommates who set all of her clocks in the apartment ahead an hour. So she was actually just really early to class, which is an extra triple good reason I say we declare today, April 2nd, National Payback Day. You go get 'em, Tiger. Well, speaking of going and getting 'em, President Bush spent the day yesterday in Kyiv, Ukraine, on part of his journey to today's NATO summit in Romania. President Bush expressed his support for Ukraine's push to join NATO, a move strongly opposed by Germany, France, and Russia, who says Ukrainian membership in the alliance could cause a deep crisis. After a champagne toast with the Ukrainian president, President Bush talked about his relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
This will be my last chance to visit with him face to face. As you know, and I've worked with him for 8 years. We've had a very interesting relationship. I like him. He's a person that.
I think maybe that champagne might have tapped into the president's emotional side. I mean, did he just reveal some sort of love crush on Vladimir? I don't know. Watch out, Laura. Russians are hot. And Mr. President, I wouldn't plan any dates to the Summer Olympics because, first of all, you draw attention to yourself because you're going to be like the only world leader there. And second of all, Nancy Pelosi says you need to take a stance against China's human rights record.
You know, I have not been one who supports a boycott of the Olympics. I've said that over and over again. The Chancellor of Germany has put on the table the idea that she may not attend the opening ceremony. President of France, President Sarkozy, has suggested that this is something to be considered. That is on the table. In terms of the opening session, I'm still hopeful that the Chinese will be responsive to what we're asking for in ongoing negotiations.
3 third graders are facing criminal charges for an alleged plot to harm their teacher. Police say the students plotted an attack, taking handcuffs, rolls of tape, a kitchen knife, and a crystal paperweight with them to class, planning on locking the teacher to her chair and hurting her. Officials say that although the students were only 8 to 10 years old, the teacher could have been seriously injured. The teacher is planning on retiring at the end of the year. Well, a familiar face in the news, our own Senator McCain traveled to the Late Show studio in New York yesterday. John McCain is known for his temper, which he tried to change to humor with his appearance on Letterman.
Hi, Letterman. Hi, how are you doing?
You think that stuff's pretty funny, don't you?
Yeah, well.
Well, you look like a guy whose laptop would be seized by the authorities.
What?
Well, it's spring, which in Flagstaff means days like today. A high of 59 degrees, winds reaching about 25 miles an hour. Basically, no signs of winter weather remaining. But in Vermont, it's not the same story. The entertainment of spring is waiting on all that ice to melt. Since 1988, people in West Danville have organized a contest of guessing when a 65-pound cinder block will fall through the ice on Joe's Pond. More than $10,000 has been raised from ticket sales, which list a date and time estimation of the meltdown. The cinder block is attached to a rope, which will unplug the clock cable to which it is attached, accurately recording the exact date and time of when the block falls through. Well, according to ticket sellers in the area, people from about 48 states and 6 or 7 foreign countries participate in this year's competition. Well, folks, I'm Heath, Connot, and that's all I've got for the news feed. But if you want to watch more student-produced programming like NU Live, Arizona's only live student-produced newscast, you're going to need to keep it right here on UTV62. No, don't change the channel!